for this match. First referee, Mr. Mark Santos. Second referee, Mr. Fernando Velarde. Let's call on our starting lineup from our blazing builders of the St. Gerrard Construction. Let's begin with jersey number 4, James Harold Marasigan. At number 5, Chris Lorenz Villanueva. Wearing jersey number 10, Jacob Agassi Herrera. Number 12 is Mike Adrian Balbacal. At number 14, Neil Ryan Manalo. And number 15, Arnel Christian Aguilar. Starting libero is their team captain, who wears jersey number 16, Alvin Bryle Gomez. Head coach, Mr. Arnold Lanyog. Presenting our Falcons from Davies Paint Adamson. Let's begin with their team captain, who wears jersey number 7, John Eugenio Guy. At number 1, Jude Christian Aguilar. Wearing jersey number 8, Mark Leo Cogunbal. At number 10, Francis Casas. Wearing jersey number 11, Lawrence Domingo. And number 12, Mark Kenneth Paulino. Starting libero is number 13, Neil Manato. And sitting in as head coach, Mr. Fritz Michael Santos. This is match number 31, preliminary round in Pool C of the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, Season 6. Power.
Presenting the starters for St. Gerrard Construction Benilde, we have Marasigan, Aguilar, Manalo, Herrera, Balbacal, Villanueva, and Gomez wearing green for today. And then for Davies Paint Adamson, it's Casas, Aguilar, Gay, Paulino, Cogimbal, Domingo, and Canlas wearing blue. So it is literally blue versus green. It's a battle between two collegiate teams who are looking to get that number 2 spot in Pool C of our Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. They are in the same pool, after all, alongside the Signal HD Spikers. So it's not going to be the easiest of journeys for our collegiate teams, but obviously you would want to pile up some wins and get some momentum leading on to that match versus one of the toughest teams that the whole of the Philippines has to offer.
That's right.
That's an opening point coming in for CSB. This is only their second game of the tournament, as opposed to Adamson, already appearing for the 3rd time in our Invitational Conference. Arnel Aguilar now serving the lefty straight to the libero. There's the look by Domingo. Ball sent back by CSB. Francis Casas. Ball deflected. Villanueva looks and sets to the middle. That's back-to-back points for the green shirts.
And CSB off to a good start here.
That's Balbacal, activated immediately by Villanueva. 2 serving love. And that is a service ace coming in from Arnel Aguilar. Wow, what a blistering start this is.
And you know, if you're CSB, you would really want to have a strong start. You know, Adamson right now is ahead by in win-loss records. They are up by 1 win, and of course, you would want to secure another win if you're CSB, because you're only fighting for 2 spots here in this pool.
And practically speaking, no, of course, mathematically, technically, pwede pang matanggal ang Signal HD.
Right.
But practically speaking, you can count them in already in the top
right.
2.
So it's like safe to say that the rest of the teams are really fighting for the number 2 spot here in this pool.
Unless somebody can give us an upset, which of course would give us better storylines in the tournament, as Paulino gives us a hammer. Pao Paulino came off the bench in majority of season 85 of the UAAP. Maria has been a staple in the starting lineup now for Adamson. Attack at the open, that's low. Just like that, Ivy, we're back to square one.
So if the pace of the remaining game, if the set, would be continue on to be like in this sort of pace, so I think we might be expecting a pretty long match here.
Ayan, at least na heads up na tayo ni Ivy dito. As that was a wonderful tip given to us by CSB to break the 3-0 run by Adamson.
So a lot of fast movements, a lot of energy we're seeing here on the court right now. So I think, that's the thing, when your young players are playing.
And that's actually going to be an argument for a lot of games here in the Invitational Conference with a ton of collegiate teams participating. Boy, this should be a record, actually, the number of teams that we have in this tournament. Quick attack, Aguilar, that's his natural position. Back to being a middle from being a setter, and Jude scores.
That's a net violation error.
Can't be over-aggressive, though. For all, former captain Jude Aguilar with the honors for Davies Paint Adamson. Service goes in. Villanueva looks to the quick. That's long. So it was a good start by CSB with 3 straight points. But now, are you sensing something different that quickly from their side, or wala naman?
Well, not really much. But, the errors, really, they have to control it early on. That's 2 consecutive errors already for CSB.
Make that 3. An attack error on the tip, as that was wide by James Marasigan.
They have the right thing in mind, placing that tip. And obviously could have probably even scored a point had that touched the line.
So Jude Aguilar will be serving again. They're up by 2, 6-4. Service error. By the way, for those of you who are wondering, Coach George Pascua is not present because he's currently going through a seminar in the US. And so a couple of his assistant coaches are ready to step up. On the other hand, Coach Arnold Lanyog has always been present for the past 23 years for CSB.
Well, it's been that long, no?
Yeah. Started as a player.
Right.
Chance ball given up to Adamson. Domingo chooses Paulino. Great defense at the back. Counter by CSB. Good net defense by Adamson. Open attack once more. That is low.
No touch from the blockers, but that was a very good rally that we had. But good defense is played by both of the teams.
When you're covering collegiate teams going up against each other, are you also expecting longer rallies? May ganun bang thinking?
Well, not necessarily, but I think it depends on who is playing. But I think we can expect longer rallies with collegiate teams.
Service error, though, by Adamson again. So that's
second service error of Adamson already.
There you go. And it's 6 serving 7. Marasigan with the honors. Straight to Paulino. Back set by Domingo. Going to Francis Casas. Ball up over Doug. Chance ball. Middle. And Paulino scores. And that will send us to our first technical timeout. A high-octane start here inside the Paco Arena. Nice combination play by Davies Paint Adamson University.
back at the Paco Arena for your Spikers Turf 2023. And as we mentioned earlier, Benilde has struggled in the NCAA but is looking promising here in the Spikers Turf. They've been efficient in the reception, hence smooth offense and more attacks. Coach Arnold Lanyog, who was actually also a former player of Benilde, is very happy for this team as they continue to gain experience here. Napakaswerte nga daw nitong players niya dahil nung panahon daw niya, walang mga ganitong liga to improve your skills. And speaking of improvement, he would like to see their chemistry more as all teams need. But as their first ever formal tournament, ang habol daw niya talaga ay yung experience sa pros. Another thing, Coach Arnold and Coach Mike Santos, who is the acting head coach of Adamson today, are both coaches of the PLDT team and the PVL. Si Coach Arnold daw ang mas kalmado, habang si Coach Mike naman medyo mas mabilis ma-disappoint as he is a very technical coach according to Coach Arnold. Pinaganda ko lang, medyo mabilis daw magalit si Coach Mike. Migs, Ivy?
And that's the best way to put it if you're Mika Abesamis. We shall observe the facial expressions of Coach Mike Santos. Mukhang happy pa naman siya at this point, no?
Yeah, the team is playing well. So I think that deserves a smile.
Yes. And are we gonna see Coach Arnold on the other hand, if he's gonna get a little bit more serious in this game?
Yeah, he's pretty relaxed naman talaga. You know, if you've followed, you've seen him coach. So very relaxed ang kanilang mga timeouts. Yan. So right now we're waiting for the results of the challenge.
The first challenge for today on the net touch. And there you go. Tumama sa net. That's
So,
pretty clear.
That's right. So good call or good challenge called up by CSB.
It's funny when you see the Adamson players still trying to contest na walang net touch even after they saw the replay already.
But you know, it is possible that you didn't feel it. You know, with yung because of the energy rush and yung bilis ng lahat. No? So it could be bawi.
The best of retributions that you can have for Leo Cogimbal, who definitely has stepped up for Adamson with the loss of Josh Magalaman. Cogimbal, after all, is the leading scorer of Davies Paint Adamson in this conference so far. He has 22 or 23, and behind him is Francis Casas with 22. And then, bawi naman sa kabila ang CSB. It's Arnel Aguilar doing the honors. So it's 8 serving 9. Walang lumalayo so far in our game. There's the setup to John Gay, the team captain of Adamson. Bit of a scramble. Ball sent over. A chance for CSB. The tip is returned. Villanueva, this time to Herrera. Nice net defense by the top blocking team of the league so far.
And it's Aguilar who had a hand at that. So this has been the strength of Davies Adamson here in this tournament. They're blocking. If you recall earlier in their last match, they had 17 block points when they went up against Santa Rosa.
And they don't seem to be the tallest of teams, right?
That's right. They're not the tallest of teams, but they're really reading the attacks very well.
We have 3 players in the top 10 of blocking in the league. It's Leo Cogimbal, who's number 1 with 12 blocks. Pau Paulino, who's number 8 with 5. And Domingo's tied with him with 5 blocks as well. Ball up by CSB. That's tight. At regalo para kay Francis Casas. And because of that, the ever so calm Coach Arnold Lanyog will now call for time.
Pag yan, pag auto system, naka-establish yung block nila, pali-pali nyo, gilid-gilid. Maraming bola nakakarating kay Chris na maayos, hindi natin nakakontrol spike yan. Okay? Yeah, settle mo. Saan tayo yung nagiging Tapos, ulit yung pinag-usapan natin, ang spiker nila, pag pre-ball, nag-iikutan, all out yung dalawang gilid. Tapos pag dalawang spiker, tao-tao pa rin kung may threat naman doon sa opposite, sa back row. Yung kanan ng quicker, kanan laki. Ha? Kanan. Okay, come on. Kumalita tayo lahat. Kaya, SGC! Go for 9 na tayo.
Mika Abesamis mentioned that chemistry is something that CSB would want to work on in our Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. After all, more than half of their players are rookies
Right.
for Coach Arnold. They did finish as one of the last teams in the NCAA last season, but Coach Arnold Lanyog, because of his love for CSB, we mentioned 23 years already a part of the green and the white. He's been the head coach for 14. Relatively speaking, Ivy, matagal na yun, no, compared to all the other coaches.
That's right. You know, that's parang half of his lifetime na yata. I mean, how long he has been with the system is more than half of his lifetime because he played pa eh, right?
Now we just saw an attack at may unting stare down pa mula kay Arnel Aguilar. It's now 12-9. Nice slide by Jude Aguilar on the other hand.
Good play there from Davies Adamson. Aguilar was denied by the block, pero yung confidence na binigay sa kanya, no, sa kanya pa rin ibinalik itong running attack.
I wonder if Arnel and Jude are actually relatives of some sort, no? They've been playing well in our game so far as Herrera scores off of the block. Tero will now check in for the green shirts. That's Carlo Tero replacing Balbacal. Gomez will also be taking a breather. Let's see what Carlo can do for us. Came off the bench as well and sets 1 and 3 in their previous outing against Coast Guard. Nice quick hit by Aguilar with a stare down as well. Why am I sensing a bit of rivalry forming here between Adamson and CSB?
Well, they are rivals for that top 2 spot, you know. So there's technically there's like only 3 teams who would have a good chance at having that number 2 spot here in this pool.
And we say that as you get to see a point for CSB because antics have been very well present on the floor from both sides. As now we have a challenge from the side of Adamson on the block touch. And Mika also mentioned that Coach Mike Santos is pretty intense, but again, as we said, because his team still has the advantage, he seems to be calm. He's playing with the referees at the sidelines, joking with them. I also can't help but wonder, does the presence of Arnold Lanyog on the other end kind of calm him down in terms of his coaching?
Probably. You know, this is like a friendly competition.
Oo eh. Kasi magkakaasaran kayo after this game eh, na
sure.
medyo napikon ka kanina. Hindi pwede yun.
I am sure yung asaran mangyayari after the game.
At least our 2 coaches haven't been short of challenging here in set number 1. It's 14-10 as we begin things for our quadruple header. Is there a block touch? Looks like there was. It hit the arm. It's a successful challenge, and look at Coach Mike clapping and smiling to Coach Arnold.
I think it's not only the players inside the court who has like having a silent banter, but also a fun.
Well, at least it's entertainment to our eyes. Ooh, misreceive. Nice save by the libero of CSB. Chance ball though for Adamson. Back set. Francis Casas down the line. And that's in. We have our second technical timeout. 16-10 now.
Nag-focus po kami ngayon sa chemistry po ng team. Nakatulong din sa amin yung mga bagong rookies na pumasok para mapaganda pa yung team namin. Sabi nila coach, isipin daw namin na every tatapa kami sa court, isipin namin na last game na namin. Kahit first game pa lang, last game na. Ang bigay na namin yung lahat kasi wala nang next time. yun po yung mindset na binibigay sa amin ni Coach George.
Leo Cogimbal has had to work on his quickness to be a better and more efficient middle blocker for Adamson, and he has been so far in our Spikers Turf Tournament, which you can watch live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. It's now 16 serving 10 in favor of Jude Aguilar and company. There's the setup to the quick, and Cogimbal was able to get his hands on the ball, but then it is a point for CSB.
Let's take a look at that attack once again, going inside the court of Davies Adamson.
Double sub. We have Cholo Fajardo and Ven Valera checking in. So Fajardo would be serving now. He should be the backup setter, wearing jersey number 1. Setters have a certain build as well, no? Na unang tingin pa lang, pwede mo nang ma-hypothesize na setter,
The setter siya.
Would you say the same thing for liberos?
Yes, well, definitely liberos would normally be the shortest.
Oo.
No, not the tallest in the team.
Mas usually sila yung balot eh, no? With sleeves,
Right.
with knee pads. Service ace is now 2-0 in favor of CSB. Unfortunately, now CSB just made a violation at the net.
Overreaching violation.
Double sub, on the other hand, for Coach Mike Santos. We have Janjan Iboa and Fran Bermudez checking in for Lawrence Domingo and Francis Casas. So Bermudez is now getting ready to serve. It's 17-12 in set number 1. This practically is the battle for the number 2 seed so far in Pool C of our Invitational Conference. Ball up by CSB. Bit of a tic-tac-toe move. No point as of yet for Marasigan. Nice approach by Valera, and he was able to tip it off of the hands of Adamson. It's now 13-17. Marasigan about to serve. He's only scored 3 points in their first game. That's across 3 sets as one of the starters for Coach Arnold. Ball up by Pao Paulino. Set up to the middle. Cogimbal with a push. No point as of yet. Battle at the net. CSB puts it up. Once again to the open. That ball sails outside off of the block.
And slowly but surely, St. Gerrard Construction inching closer. But with the score, they're now just down by 3.
14 serving 17. A service error coming in from James Marasigan. It's very unfortunate, especially with the timing, as we always say. Pao Paulino back at it again. He has 2 points so far in our matchup. It's 18, serving 14. Ball in. Set up to the open. Lefty attack. Works for CSB.
CSB is able to find a way through the blockers of Adamson. They've actually been using the blockers to their advantage. You know, several points have been scored through block touch.
That time around, it was Aguilar scoring. There's the back set, the double sub, trying to work together. Unfortunately, that sails wide. Bermudez and Iboa looking for their connection early in this game, to no avail. 16 serving 18. It's a tight set number 1 inside the Paco Arena. Neil Manalo sending it in. John Gay off of the blockers. He does the same thing, but now for Adamson. The lead is 3. Leo Coquimbal getting ready to serve, 19-16. The top scorer of Adamson in this conference now gives us a service error. Looks like we're seeing a pattern, no, Ivy, from both sides. Some attack points followed by a service error.
That's right. Third service error already for Adamson.
So we have starting setter Chris Villanueva back in for Coach Arnold Lanyog. 17 serving 19. Villanueva taking his time. Sending that ball straight to John Gay. There's the slide. And Jude Aguilar seems to be really comfortable with that type of an attack.
Right, and he has scored several points off that running hit.
Aguilar, before in high school, was a middle blocker. Eventually, he became an open spiker, an opposite spiker, and also a setter back
So
in season 85.
Probably would be a libero.
Libero.
Well, maybe he doesn't need to change jersey color for that because he's also been doing very well, you know, defending the floor when he's inside the court.
Aguilar tried to score again to no avail. CSP down by 3. Herrera's attack was low. And so Coach Arnold will be calling for time now. They're down by 4.
Di ba, out of system, atrasan mo talaga. Yung sinabi ko sa'yo, pag out of system, huwag ka na mag-chat-chat. Di ba, biluhan mo, tapos kunin mo pala sa ibabaw. Sayang yung momentum, nakabil tayo, tapos isang error natin na...
Apat high, screen lang natin.
Sige, first attack nyo, wala problema. Nasaan ka ba? O di basic mo na lang, basic ko.
Sige, sobrang layo pa nga. Kayo mangingi na paano nyo? Kayo mangingi na paano yung SGC?
Did I hear that right? Kapag out of system, huwag ka na mag-cha-cha. Tama ba yun? What does that mean, Ivy?
Well, he was talking about the footwork, no? So, baka may parang cha-cha-like movement ang kanyang footwork. Yun yung may
Mapapasayaw
back
tayo
and
dito
forth,
eh.
back and forth. So, dapat kasi parang, yung step mo is moving forward dire-diretso.
Okay, so Balbacal now has returned for CSP. It's 21 serving 17. Here's Lawrence Domingo, the top setter of our Spikers Turf Conference so far. Villanueva goes through the open. Nice dig by Domingo. Back row, push, miss Doug. Another hit, bit low. Chance for Adamson. Aguilar is met at the net. Domingo recovers, back to Jude. Battle at the net. There's the push, net touch. That's by Jude Aguilar. Boy, what a start for our game, Ivy. Such
That's
a treat
right.
to our eyes.
Very intense.
Actually, mas malala pa nga yan kanina, no? We saw a couple of stare downs from our players, as now it's a service ace coming in from Arnel Aguilar.
Third service ace for Gerrard Construction.
Pasahan lang natin. Okay? Yo, trabaho mo na yun eh. Okay, so ganun pa rin yung play natin. Ha? Kunin mo yung bola dito, ditras tayo, iwan mo si Casa sa likod. Ha? Ang palo natin mabilis. Hindi mo nakita kanina, dalawa na yung sumabay kay Jude eh. Dalawa yung sumabay. Dalawa yung sumabay. Ano, binigay mo na ng 3, ha? Princess of Mind lang, receive tayo. Kailangan natin receivean. Ha? Sige, tara.
You can really feel the sense of urgency from the voice of Coach Mike.
You know, that's, I think, not to take St. Gerrard Construction very lightly, you know. So that's why he wants to make sure that they secure this first set. Very specific instructions that was given by Coach Mike over at that timeout. And I think, you know, the combination plays has been working very well because Domingo has been working his middles and is able to, the blockers of the opponent are committing to the middle attackers.
Nice attack on the other end by SGC Benilde. So that's a point coming in from James Marasigan. It's now 20 serving 21. A tight set number 1 here in the Paco Arena. Serving is Arnel Aguilar. Lefty serve doesn't work. Service errors continue to pile up here.
So 2 service errors for CSB, for Benilde.
22-20. Ball up by Aguilar. There's Marasigan. Tough dig by Manato. So that could not be saved anymore. Lead back down to 1.
And Benilde doing a good job keeping this close. Good response from the team, from Coach Arnold.
Well, it seems like you were right, Ivy. It might be a long game ahead of us. 21-22. Ball up by John Gay. Domingo back sets. Nice hit. Tough dig. Regalo still kept alive. And what a counter that was by Manalo and company.
Let's take a look at that once again. Villanueva sets it up. Good tip.
And so we're back to square 1. 22 all in set number 1. Service for Benilde. There's the look. Paulino is rejected. The green shirts have come alive here inside the Paco Arena. And Coach Mike Santos now has to call for time.
Nasaan ka nakapwesto? Sa 4? Oo. Ganun pa rin ang play natin. Be, kunin mo ng quick harap. Iwan mo ng C. Ha? Kailangan makuha mo yung middle. Ha? Kailangan makuha yung middle. Pau, bilis lang tayo ng palo, ha? Kailangan muna natin ng magandang pasa. Ha? Okay? Kasi iwan mo lang to dito. Umari, dito natin madala.
Hindi natin sayang
ha? Pilitin mong tumapat kay ano?
Sayang to.
Ha? Pilitin mong tumapat kay Lores para makuha natin yung blocker.
Bagsak naman dyan, sayang.
Pag nakuha natin yung middle blocker, madali na para sa wing natin. Palo lang na mabilis, ha?
No doubt.
So is Jude Aguilar going to be a decoy here for Adamson?
Well, that has always been the role of the middles.
Okay.
You know? But he has actually been doing a good job in making the blockers commit. So I think they're trying to reinforce that. So to make sure that they split the blockers of Benilde.
Let's see if they can do it successfully, but with a good receive first.
That's right.
23 serving 22.
And that is a good receive.
Aguilar is met at the net. Domingo goes to Paulino. Ball put up by Benilde. Herrera giving up a chance ball. Domingo chooses Paulino down the line.
And that was the play that Coach Mike was looking for. Aguilar going in the middle and C attack being given to the outside or to the wing.
It's now 23 all here in set number 1. Jude Aguilar now doing the honors. The former team captain of Adamson University. Setting it in. Straight to the other Aguilar. Open hit. Marasigan is met at the net. There's the push. Good save by John Gay. Paulino. Ball returned. Pau to the other side. Francis Casas off speed. Villanueva to the quick. Nice attack point by Manalo.
That attack has been working well for Benilde. You know, the middles, it's the second or third time that he has done that dump. It was obviously off already. He will not be able to hit that very hard. But Davis defense is waiting for a hard ball.
Set point now for Benilde. Casas will answer back, and we have an extended set number 1 here inside the Paco Arena.
I think this much we expected, you know, very tight match. Again, Benilde has improved a lot, you know, compared to how they were playing in the NCAA.
As Mika mentioned, they're one of the teams that you can see at the bottom part of the standings in the NCAA. But now they get another point courtesy of James Marasigan.
Good combination play for Benilde.
Set point. Back to James and company. Marasigan setting it in. Straight to Paulino. Bit of an over-receive. Cogimbal still able to soar high for that point.
And look at the hang time. Imagine that.
And we have a challenge on a foot fault possibly made by Leo Cogimbal. We've seen this a couple of times already in Philippine volleyball wherein challenges would actually end our sets. Sometimes nga, matches pang natatapos. But Coach Arnold did have a look onto Coach Mike Santos as soon as the challenge was called. Kasi minsan, no, ang nangyayari, nakapag-challenge ka na and then makikita mo sa LED screen yung initial replay at meron ka na ring initial reaction to it. So
there's no, because the heel of the foot is still in the side of the court. So automatically looking at Coach Mike if he would be giving a sly smile to Coach Arnold.
I'm sure
well,
he did.
He was smiling and looking in Coach Arnold's direction.
Coach Arnold was looking away on the other end. It's 25 all. Paulino taking his time. He serves. That's in. Straight to Marasigan. Ooh, bit of a miscue from the side of Benilde. John Gay. Nice chase. Down the line hit. Lead back with CSB.
And CSB has been doing well in the latter part of this set in trying to delay the blockers of Adamson. So that gives them more room or options to where to bring their attacks.
26-25. Another set point for Neil Manalo and the rest of the green shirts. Service goes straight to the libero. There's the look by Domingo to John Gay. And our set continues.
We are tied once again, 26 all. So I wonder, do we reach 30, you think?
Just to remind everybody, we were able to witness a set that had the score of 24-22.
Right.
And that is a fifth set score just last week here in the Spikers turf. Ball to the referee, which means Benilde will get another set point. (27-26) in the nice battle between two coaches who work alongside each other in Mike Santos and Arnold Lanyog. Domingo to try to answer, and there you go. Nice response by Jude Aguilar.
Aguilar with high success rate with his running. So we're tied once again, 27 all.
Lawrence Domingo serving again, a full rotation already for Adamson. Back set to Herrera. He's blocked, and now it's set point, Adamson University. (28) serving 27. The league's top setter so far, Lawrence Domingo, doing the honors. Straight to the back. Nice block by Adamson. Herrera from the opposite side. The back and forth continues. 28 all.
And once again, those drop shots, their tips are working well for Benilde. Off-speed hits have scored a couple of points here for the green shirts.
Service now for Aguilar. A misreceived. Nice chase by Paulino. And that won't be sent to the other side by Adamson. So set point now for Benilde once again. The people are smiling inside the Paco Arena. It's not every day that you get to see a set like this. High octane from the very beginning. A service ace, or a service error by Benilde. And it's another tie, 29 all.
Third service error in the side of Benilde. So this is an important serve, of course, for Adamson.
John Gay sending it in, straight to the back. Ooh! Natamaan yung middle blocker on that set. And yes, Ivy, we are now at 30 points.
So do I dare ask?
Huwag naman. 40 ba? 40
Do I
ba?
dare ask how long can we stretch this? So I think not.
Villanueva opens up. We're tied again. What's the highest score that you've ever covered in a set?
I think third. Well, I think around this range, 32,
Okay.
32, yeah. 30, 32.
Because this is officially my longest.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, the last one was 31-29. Adamson as well in the UAAP. Almost a service ace there. Paulino off of the block. Oh my goodness, what an attack. (31) serving 30. It's only the beginning of this match.
This is the first match of the day, the
Yes.
first set of the day.
Jude Aguilar serving for the set. That goes in. Straight to the other Aguilar. Villanueva, combination, 31 all.
The combination play of both of these teams are exceptional. So take a look at that. How Benilde was able to split the blockers of Adamson, and that worked well for them. Even the defense or the floor defense was confused.
31 all. Received by John Gay. Domingo to Paulino. The cross doesn't work. Tough dig by Benilde. A chance now for Adamson. They go to Cogimbal. That's low.
That could be a costly error on the side of Davies Adamson.
It's now 32 to 31. Herrera.
An important serve here. No room for errors for Benilde.
Set point.
He puts it in.
Combination. Oh, and
The ball is still alive.
No more.
No more, yeah.
32 all. We shall continue. Good morning, everybody. Francis Casas now serving. Straight to Aguilar at the back. Villanueva will go to Marasigan. Off of the block. Point St. Gerrard. 33-32.
Very intense first set we're having here. And you know, these guys trained for it. You know, part of the training would always be, you know, how you're able to keep the score close in this crucial stretch of the match.
Set point Benilde. Adamson to try to answer back. And oh, what a
The
tough
ball is
save.
still alive. Good save from Villanueva.
Chance ball. Paulino is rejected. Nice coverage. And there you go. That ends the rally. The ball will remain up in the skies. It's that intense inside the Paco Arena.
Wow. Probably one of the best games that we've had here.
I suppose that the ball can remain there for the rest of the conference as a reminder of this game. What a remembrance that will be. 33 all in set number 1. This is deadlock number 14. To the open. The tip doesn't work. Ball up. John Gay off of the blockers. Just deflected. Villanueva to the open again. Tough save.
Oh, but
Whistle
there's
blown.
a net violation error called up against Adamson.
Set point, CSB, 34-33. At this point, we could have been in the middle of the second set already. But here we are, enjoying the action in the extended set number 1.
Would these players still have energy if we extend the match?
Oh,
We're not
that's a
talking
good
about 3
question.
sets, but what if this goes to 5?
Yeah, Villanueva back to the open. Adamson down by 1. John Gay tied again, 34 all.
What an intense match we're having here. And really, this one is really for the books. But more than anything, more than the the physical test, the test of their physical strength or stamina, this is a test for their mental
Right.
strength as well. You know, I think this is more of a battle of who would really falter first.
And on that play, Adamson falters first. As St. Gerrard gets another set point, 35-34. This should be the longest opening set in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference.
Let's see how Adamson answers to this one. Pass is good.
Paulino. Oh, that's Aguilar off of the block. 35 all.
So,
Yes, Ivy.
do you think?
The question is
The
alive.
question now is, do you think?
Are we gonna reach?
40.
Yeah. Ooh, no chase there for Adamson. A point for CSB. They're up to 36 points already in set number 1.
So again, this is where Benilde has scored a lot of the points from their attacks. Those off-speed hits that catches the defense of Adamson off guard. Important serve here.
36-35, set point, CSB. There's the look and the quick attack. Aguilar equalizes it once again. 36 all. Well, it's safe to say to everybody, cancel your lunch plans.
Or maybe the rest of the plans for the day
Yes.
if you want to watch the remaining games.
36 all. John Gay serving. That's out. Although it's been a while, right, that we have seen a service error.
That's right. But that can be a costly error there for Adamson, because they managed to tie it up and now giving away a point. A set point now for Benilde.
37-36. Mike Balbacal doing the honors. First ball, John Gay. That's a nice receive. Back set, Casas. 37 all.
And we are still at it. 37 all. Good response from Davies Adamson.
Are we going to see the magical 4-0 in set number 1? That has been the question all set long by Ivy Remulla. 37 all, as we have mentioned. Here we go. Villanueva jumps and sets. And that is short on the tip by James Marasigan. If Benilde gets the point on this next sequence, then we'll reach 40.
That's right. But first, this serve from Aguilar.
Jude Aguilar approaching the service line now. That goes in, straight to Marasigan. James again, that is outside. We're not gonna reach 40 points. 39-37 to end set number 1. But we have a challenge. We have a challenge. It's not over yet.
The challenge for ball in, ball out.
Might as well, no?
As there's nothing to lose, you know.
Sabi ni Coach, na-cancel ko na yung plano ko mamaya. Ituloy na natin to. Boy, if you're watching this on Pilipinas Live or on One Sports Plus, we invite you to come inside the Paco Arena.
That's right. You still have time because if it took this long.
Ooh, that's out. All right. No magical 4-0 in set number 1. So we conclude that first set in 50 minutes of play. 39-37. Good morning, everybody. This seems to be a signature of the Spikers Turf already in our invitational conference. Our extended sets. We'll be back for set number 2. We are not experiencing any technical difficulties. No mistakes as well on the graphics here in the Spikers turf. That was the score in set number 1, 39-37 in favor of Davies Paint Adamson against St. Gerrard Construction Benilde. And boy, what a high-octane set that was. Ivy, your thoughts?
That's right. A very thrilling first set. I mean, I'm lost of words to describe.
Yes.
You know how exciting that first set was. You know, it was actually there was an exchange of points in the start of the set, but once we reached the 20-point mark, it actually became very intense already. As we take a look at the numbers. In terms of attacks, St. Gerrard Construction only ahead by 123-22. The blocks, I think more or less, this is expected, that Davies Adamson would have more points out of the blocks, and they had 3. But good work of Benilde at the service line with 4 service aces. And take a look at the errors. 14 errors committed by Benilde, 9 by Adamson. So probably, the set could have gone shorter without these errors from Benilde, but it was a good job to both of these teams trying to hang on, up to the very end. How many deadlocks have we had at that set? For maybe 15, 16 deadlocks,
At least.
Yeah, at least, that's right. So it was really a good match and a lot of good rallies. We've seen intense defense, and a lot of mind work happened on that first set.
We did talk about mental stability that will not only be applied in set number 1, it will carry over to these remaining sets.
That's right. How the mental toughness, of course, would be something that these players on the court will be working on. So it was not a very easy first set. Although Davies Adamson was able to get that, it wasn't an easy win for them, right? And on the side of the green shirts, the effort that you put in there, and it was, of course, and how you ended it was very unfortunate as well, because it was through an error, so that could have an effect in terms of how confident they are coming into this set.
Well, let's hope that nobody is demoralized on the side of the green shirts so far in this game. But just to let everybody know, if you were able to witness that first set, you were able to witness history in the Spikers Turf Tournament. That was the longest set ever to have been played here inside the Paco Arena. And boy, are we glad to be a part of this, even though we have to delay our plans, delay our meals as well. At least we're enjoying the game.
Cancelled already.
Delay muna,
Hindi
delay
na lang
muna.
delay, cancelled.
Kung umabot pa sa extended itong set number 2, cancelled na talaga
Cancelled na
yan.
talaga.
Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. A service error begins set number 2 coming from the side of the green shirts. Again, these two teams are currently undefeated so far in our Invitational Conference. This is practically the battle for the number 2 seed in Pool C.
That's right. So I think that's why we will not be expecting anything less, for both of these teams. It's because I think they realize the importance of this match. They have to be able to win this to have a more secured, to secure themselves of the number 2 spot.
Service error now coming in from Lawrence Domingo. So that's the first point of St. Gerrard in set number 2. By the way, these two teams also have yet to face Signal HD. So they might actually be able to build some momentum, right? Entering that matchup.
That's right. So that's why I think for these teams, they have to win as much as they can before they face Signal.
Imagine if they can actually beat Signal HD. Something that a collegiate team has already done before in this tournament. That's the NU squad. Back set by Domingo, tip by Aguilar, and again his efficiency continues to be at a high rate.
That's right. So that was actually off timing already, but he was still able to make something out of that. Aguilar now has 9 points to his name. Casas has 5 points, Paulina with 6, Coquimbal 2, Guy with 4. On the other side of the court, Aguilar has 10 points, Balbacal with 3, Herrera with 3, Marasigan 7, and Manalo 3.
Is it actually rare to see a middle blocker being the top scorer of a team?
Well, yeah, because normally, most of the attacks would go to the wing. But I think if your middle blocker scores heavily, then that means that the setter is able to give a lot of opportunities to the middle. So one of the that also may translate to the fact that that team receives very well. Yung first ball is done very well. So talagang maraming pagkakataon na ibibigay yung setter sa kanyang mga middle attackers.
It's now 3 serving 4 in set number 2, back and forth, as what we have gone through in set number 1, and the back and forth continues after that service error by Balbakal.
A second service error this early here in the second set for Benilde.
It's 5 serving 3. Jude Aguilar, the top scorer of Adamson so far, sending it in straight to the other Aguilar. Tipped by Marasigan, ball put up by Adamson. They go to the quick. Coquimbal will score. It's now 6 serving 3, which is relatively a big lead already in this match. After that ultra extended set number 1, Herrera tried to score to no avail. Well, actually, he will. And so that puts them up to 4 points. Oh, make that 5 in set number 2. Okay, so yeah, the official tally is 5-all. Let's establish that right now. Domingo to the quick. Here's Marasigan. Tried to go cross. He was rejected. It's now 6 serving 5 in set number 2. The biggest lead in set number 1 was 6 points by Francis Casas and company. Francis sending that to Marasigan. Manalo just had to reach and leap for that ball. Marasigan could not score. Domingo, back row, that's low.
That was low. 3 point for Benilde.
It's 6-all now. So back to the pattern of the back and forth. James Marasigan. He only scored 3 points in their first game. He's off to a better start now in this game. Paulino off of the blockers, still no point. There's Aguilar from the open. And there's the point off of the block. It's now 7 serving 6. Ball up by Paulino. Push by Francis. Marasigan keeps it alive. Back set. Herrera. Yes. That sends us to our first technical timeout in set number 2. It's 8-6.
You are still watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Davies Adamson does not have the tallest players, but they are quick to act. Coach Mike Santos, the technical and specific coach, is so far pleased by how his team is doing here in the Spikers Turf. Lalo na yung 17 blocks, the most by a team this conference, and that unpredictable first set earlier, which he won. One thing he would like to improve on, though, is the leadership of John Gay, their team captain. Gusto daw niyang madala pa ni John ang teammates niya bilang young team nga sila. They practice 6 times a week, twice a day. Pero kahit magkakasama na sila ng madalas, iba pa din daw ang hanap niya sa court. Sabi ko, Coach, how do these students balance their school and 2 practices a day? Kasi yung iba isang practice lang. And he said, bata pa sila, volleyball ito, bawal mapagod. 39 points at bawal mapagod. Malapit na ako maniwala kay Coach Arnold. Migs, Ivy.
Okay, Ivy, bawal mapagod. Especially kapag college ka pa lang. Would you agree?
Well, definitely. But, you know, if you're part of any sport, regardless of what age you are, bawal talagang mapagod. I think that's a given. You know, if you really want to win, then talaga you really have to fight against yung pagod eh.
At least, it has paid off for them in this game. Again, history was made by Adamson and Benilde. The score in set number 1 was 39-37 if you missed it. John Gay, the team captain, as Mika mentioned, tried to score to no avail. And that attack met the corner for Aguilar.
Well, that was pretty tough to read, of course, for Adamson. We really would have thought that it would go outside.
It's now a 3-point advantage for Benilde, which is relatively big already in this match. Domingo sets up the pipe attack. Marasigan kept it alive. Ooh, the cross is short for Aguilar.
But that was a good angle that he chose.
A very sharp angle at that.
Right. Medyo mababa lang ng konti ang contact sa bola. That's why it didn't cross the net.
It's now 8 serving 10. Leo Cogimbal doing the honors. Straight to the libero. Villanueva to the quick. Nice answer by Balbacal. And is there going to be a warning?
I think there would be, yeah.
Where do you draw the line between celebrating and over-celebrating?
Alam mo, pero minsan, honestly, you know, like when we really, pagka meron ka talagang nagawang punto sa talagang damang-dama mo,
Yeah.
minsan talaga ang hirap i-control eh. I mean, as much as I'm sure that these players really don't mean to, yung talagang parang, they don't mean anything, you know, with the celebration, pero talagang you're in the moment.
Yes. And with how tough this match has been, you can feel for them.
Right,
Tough
right.
dig by Gomez there. Lefty attack by Herrera is rejected. Nika mentioned the proudest statistic of Adamson so far, besides the 39-37, is the 17 blocks
yes.
that they had in their previous game, making them the top blocking team so far in the Spikers turf. Balbacal was red, pass to the open. John Gay off of the blockers. Now, Ivy, na-mention din ni Mika yung leadership ni John Gay that Coach Mike would want to improve no as the season goes along for them. Since he replaced Jude Aguilar, and Aguilar is still in the team as their former captain, do you think that makes it more of a challenge for John Gay to establish his authority?
Well, I don't think so, you know, because ang ano naman eh, I mean, everybody inside can be a leader. I mean, that's for me, you know, everybody inside can be a leader. But I think it's more of like how vocal, you know, you are when you're trying to guide your teammates. So, like, if you really look at it, anybody can be a leader naman eh, right? So, but some players lang kasi, you know, when they're quite new to the role, parang it takes a while for them to really adjust to it.
Well, if you would look at the narrative on a different angle, you have basically 2 captains on the floor.
Right. And alam mo nga, sabi ko nga minsan eh, you know, ang captain, it's just a title. But anybody inside can actually be the leader.
Marasigan going cross. He meets the corner. The lead is 3 points now for Benilde. 14-11. We have Arnel Aguilar getting ready to serve. He has 12 points so far, off of 9 attacks and 3 aces. We can expect higher statistics from each individual in this game.
Oh, that was a good save from Adamson.
Chance ball CSB. Marasigan is rejected.
Excellent read by Gay.
No team just pulling away in this matchup, which begs us to answer the question, are we going to see another extended set?
You know, but with the way things are going, that's highly likely.
Highly likely.
Highly likely.
Okay, nanggaling na po sa analyst yan, ha?
You know, if these teams continue to play the way that they're playing right now, hindi malabong mangyari talaga 'yon.
Ooh, nice pancake save by Villanueva. But now, the buzzer.
I think a floor touch, if I'm not mistaken, will be called in. A challenge for floor touch.
Coach Mike and the rest of Adamson saw otherwise. So because it's a challenge in the middle of the play, if it's unsuccessful, point na agad.
Yes.
It's 14-12. A single point matters so much in this game. If you're watching on Pilipinas Live, on One Sports Plus, if you can find a way to replay the first set of this match, that might be a good way to start your day as well.
But we're already telling you to put off or delay the remaining plans if you plan to watch that.
Oo. Yung lunch ninyo, magiging merienda, dinner, midnight snack na. Wow, what a battle for that number 2 seed in Pool C. And the thing is, it's not just happening in this pool.
Right.
Last week, I remember our directors or producers telling us that we were able to witness back-to-back 5-setters, the latter of which ended with a score of 24-22, which should be history as well.
Oh, kasi that was just the fifth set
Fifth
yun
set yun
right?
eh.
15 set, so only 15 dapat eh.
Pero 15-24, so 9 points added yun. Mas mahaba
Mas
pa rin yung
mahaba pa
set
rin
number
to
1
eh,
natin
right.
kanina.
Namunti kang pang mag-40.
Yes. Kaya napapangiti na lang si Coach Mike Santos sa gilid. By the way, Coach Mike is the acting head coach of Adamson today because Coach George, as we mentioned, is in the States. He could be watching, no? Because Pilipinas Live airs internationally as well.
That's right.
So, Coach George, if you're watching, I hope you're enjoying the action.
I'm sure he did enjoy that action. Napapagano pa habang
Kaya nga.
nanonood si Coach George eh.
Hindi lang pwede maging noisy dahil nasa seminar si Coach George ngayon, no?
Mahuhuli na nanonood pala, hindi nakikinig.
Imagine, no, nandun siya sa seminar, bigla siyang mapapasigaw. The challenge is on a floor touch of the ball.
So they're trying to review and find the exact sequence of the floor touch that Adamson is contesting.
It was Chris Villanueva, the setter of CSB, who kept the ball alive initially.
But there was another one, mas mababa. So it's taking a while. And which, of course, the technical would really need to review that very well.
You think this time already, you know, the break that has happened with our players on the floor is significant enough to kind of ice some players?
Could be, you know. But I think, you know, this gap can also serve as a little bit of a breather for
Pwede rin.
them. Oo. Kasi intense pa rin naman yung simula nung ating second set eh. But of course, you can see that, you know, the green shirts are trying to move around, keep themselves warm.
All right, let's see if there was a floor touch on this one. Tumama ba?
There, it seemed like there is a floor touch. Most of, medyo malayo yung bola dun sa kamay eh.
So even though he hit it with a part of his hand, if a part of the ball still hit the floor.
But in that sequence though, majority of the ball was hitting the floor.
The floor,
Yeah.
okay. So it's a point for Adamson. It's now 14-13. Bawi naman agad. Sa kabila, si Mike Balbacal. It's 15, serving 13. In the words of Ivy Remulla, it looks like we're gonna have another extended set. Ooh! Service error.
Third service error for CSB, for Benilde here in this set. So they've had 6 service errors already here in this match.
15-14. There's the setup to Marasigan, and he scores off of the blockers. That sends us to our second technical timeout in set number 2.
Mas onti lang yung pressure ngayon kasi parang rookie year ko kasi parang baguhan pa lang na salta agad sa start. So ngayon, medyo matured na ako tapos yung pressure, not much naman. Mahalaga rin na ma-expose kami sa gantong level of competition kasi syempre hindi lang collegiate, may mga veterans na talaga. So magiging magandang preparation siya for our collegiate league.
And what a preparation this is for CSB as they go back to the NCAA as a point comes in for Adamson University. By the way, angat ang laban sa pinakabagong sports app na Pilipinas Live. Manonood or mapapanood ang PBA Season 48 live in high definition and on demand on any device available worldwide. Download and register now for free. 16-15. SGC up top. Manalo tried to score. Looks like somebody touched the net.
Net violation was called against Benilde.
So that's Neil Manalo himself. As now, that net touch will be challenged by Coach Arnold and company. Manalo, as soon as the whistle was blown, was already arguing with the referee. So he seems to be convinced. Marami ding bang shocking moments in volleyball wherein magugulat ka na napagbintangan ka ng error na to na you thought di mo naman nagawa.
Yeah, of course, And ngayon, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes na when the play is really intense, na yung kahit nag-net ka, minsan di mo talaga nararamdaman.
There you go. Apparently there was a net touch. So hindi naramdaman ni Neil Manalo. Challenge unsuccessful. We're tied at 16. Francis Casas sending it to the back. Ball up by Gomez. And the tip is short.
It was way below the ball.
Herrera will check back in to replace Ven Valera. Herrera is the starter after all for Coach Arnold in this game. It's now 17, serving 16. Francis Casas. Straight to Marasigan. Villanueva. Slide. Nice dig by the libero of Adamson. John Gay from the back. Ball put up. Marasigan down the line. Yes. $17 all. The trend continues. James Marasigan. John Gay got the first ball to the open. Ball kept alive by Herrera. Marasigan sets up Aguilar. And that down the line hit works once again.
Good hit from Aguilar.
It's 18-17. Double sub. We have Franz Bermudez alongside Dan Gutierrez checking in. So may switch sa double sub si Coach Mike as opposed to Janjan Iboa, who appeared for a short while in set number 1. Over receive. Chance. Villanueva fakes the attack. Nice setup to Manalo.
Let's take a look at that once again. Again, another tip gets the point for Benilde.
I remember you mentioning in the first set about some combination plays, some off-speed attacks. Would you say that you have seen good variety so far from both ends?
Yes. No, Adamson really is utilizing a lot of combinations heavily, but we've seen that also from Benilde, and it has worked well to their advantage. In fact, yun din yung isang reason kung bakit they were able to extend, set number 1, where they were able to split the blockers of Adamson. And that's really going to be something that can work to their advantage because we know that Adamson is a strong blocking team.
Double sub on the other end. Tero checks in alongside Balbacal. As Tero will be serving. They're up by 2 points here in set number 2. Carlo will send that ball straight to the net. Just unfortunate.
4 service errors for CSB. And sometimes, when you're called off the bench, that's one of the challenges really that you have, That's why we say it's not really easy also, coming off the bench.
Ooh. On the other hand, there was a service error from Leo Cogimbal. That has to hurt a lot. It's back to a 2-point deficit.
Right, that's a third error, a service error for Adamson here in this set.
How many did they have in the first set?
They had 2 in the first set.
And another service error here, trimming the lead down to 1. Domingo and Casas shall return. 20 serving 21. Are we going to see another extended set? That has been the question since the beginning of set number 2.
So the last 3 points scored by both of these teams came off service errors.
Let's see. Domingo breaks that spell. Down the line hit, tough dig, regalo. Ball put up by John Gay. Back row, that's low for Pau Paulino.
Obviously low, no adjustment made by Paulino.
Referees telling coaches walang timeout ang dalawang coaches natin. Is that wala pang timeout or wala nang timeout?
I think wala
pa, no?
Yeah. We only had a technical timeout earlier.
And puro challenges. John Gay from the opposite. Ball kept alive by Aguilar. Balbacal gives it up. Chance now. Domingo back sets. John Gay again. Rejected by Marasigan. And that will be sent by Aguilar. A chance for CSB. They go to Marasigan. On the tip, he was denied. Marasigan again. Another tip. Nice rally. The push by John. Chance ball CSB. Balbacal from the middle. What a battle. The ball is going back and forth. Marasigan is ejected.
Good block from Adamson, and more or less we can expect that rally will be ended by a defense at the net. A lot of the balls being thrown out are really quite close. All the plays were also close to the net. Good timing by Gay.
It's now 21 serving 22 in set number 2. John Gay, he's been stable all game long as the team captain of Adamson. Back set, Herrera, ball put up, nice dig, Domingo to the quick. And that's back-to-back for Adamson University. Another deadlock at 22. And now, the first time out will be called by, or will be asked for by Coach Arnold Nanyog.
Ang ganda na setup ni Chris. Ang ganda na setup niya. Ibigyan niyo ng just is. One-on-one. Pag walang block, nakita mo silip sa cross. Hindi mo na. Hindi ka naman ganyan. Di ba? Yung sa'yo, biluan mo na tayo. Para balikan biluan mo. Ay, nababasa, di ba, dulo-dulo. Kanina hindi tayo gumagamit ng likod. Pwede ka gumagamit ng likod. Binay mo solo. Uy, namin yung palo nyo. Hindi, ang maganda niya, first attack tayo. Di ba? Hindi man nilalakas yung service. Maayos naman setup. Kaya come on. Pagbalikan, hingin mo pa rin siya.
May pasa, may pasa.
Yan yung sinasabi ko sa'yo, iba ang practice. Ayan, i-embrace yung pressure tsaka yung challenge. Come on.
Hey, SGC!
This is deadlock number 9 in set number 2. We've seen 5 lead changes as well. That's only for this set. 22 all. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is Mix Gomez alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. Is that Kilua QT? Saying, ganda ng laban, plus Bardagulan. And then, Bugum-tastic. Is that part Bugum? I don't know.
Yeah.
Grabe ang nervyos ko. Parehong ayaw magpatalo. Buti na lang nakuha ng Adamson. I'm glad that our viewers are enjoying this game because history was made in set number 1 with a score of 39-37. Now, Benilde just scored. So they regain the advantage, 23-22. Jaboli now checks in for Coach Arnold Lanyog to serve.
Good response by Benilde over at that timeout. And I love what I heard Coach Arnold mention just before the boys went in. No, sabi niya, embrace the challenge.
They have a timeout on the other end.
Sino tawag mo sa harapan?
Tatlo. Ako. Jude. Gaza.
Sino ang blocker sa kabila? Nasa kabila ba yung ano?
Diego Pereira.
Diego Pereira. Yung kaliwete. Dito tayo. Play ka ng ano? B3. Iwan mo si Casas dito. Ha? Casas, presyento tayo ha? Ganun lang kasimple. Pasahan lang muna natin. Okay? Let's go. Pasahan lang.
I'm not sure if our viewers sensed it as well, no, but the communication is there among these players of Adamson, and we have to highlight the fact that they've been together since high school. Ito na yung core nila.
That's right. That's why, I think it's not very difficult for them to really gel inside the court. So it's really more of just honing the skills, I think, for the coaches. Kasi nandun na yung chemistry.
Right now, Adamson is down by 1. We have a new server for St. Gerrard in Bap Jaboli. That's Aguilar from the middle. Redwell. Ball sent across. Back set by Villanueva. Herrera. There was a check there. And it looks like Adamson will be calling for time again.
Ano lang tayo? Spiker selection. Diba? Silip muna. Nakita mo na. Doon na yung block eh. Doon pa rin binigay. Diba? Saan pa natin porsyento tayo kay Casas? Ha? O, same pa rin. Sige, tibayan natin. Nakakaresin tayo eh. Diba? O, tara.
Akin yun. Di wala patay.
Well, we did mention our second referee reminding our coaches na may dalawa pa kayong timeout each. Might as well use it.
Baka nagkakalimutan tayo dito.
So now it's 2 set points for St. Gerrard Construction, CSB. Let's see what Adamson can do as their response.
So Coach Mike gave out specific instructions already on how Adamson should carry out the play. So he said kung saang side dapat heavy yung kanilang atake. So let's see if this time around, this is what will be executed by Davies Adamson.
Ooh, service error coming in. Very anticlimactic on that mistake by Bap Jaboli.
5th service error for Benilde.
And Coach Arnold now calls for time.
Wait ka lang, server, si Aguilar. So, yun yung free ball. Okay, gitna ang pasa. Okay? Dito ka magaling. Hawag tayo dito. Dito ka. Pag ganun. Hindi dito, pag ganun. Gitna ang pasa, tapos iwan dito. Jacob, ganun ha? Walang pigilan, ha?
Sige, isang laban to. Doon niya balo na. Isang pasa. Hey, SGC!
When Coach Arnold said na quicker ang server ng Adamson, and he said, so yun ang free ball, does that mean that they're anticipating a light serve?
Yes. So that's one way of looking at it.
Let's see what Jude Aguilar has in store for us. This is a crucial serve after all. 23-24 in set number 2. Set point, CSB. Jude Aguilar approaching the line. There's the serve. Easy receive. Back set, and Herrera puts it away to equalize this matchup. 1 set apiece inside the Paco Arena. We'll be taking a short break. When we return, we're back to square one for set number 3. So we almost had an extended set number 2, no? The score was 25-23, following the 39-37 set number 1 in favor of Adamson. So now we're equalized, 1 set apiece. What did you see better from the side of Benilde in set number 2?
Well, this time around, you know, they managed to find a way around the blocking of Adamson. So while Adamson still scored points from their blocks, but we've seen how Benilde was able to adjust their plays and able to score through their attacks. As we take a look at the numbers, CSB or Benilde has more attack points here in set number 2, 16. So that's twice as much, you know, as Davies Adamson has scored in this set. And as expected, of course, Davies Adamson would have more block points. In the terms of errors, Adamson still, well, this time around, the tables have turned rather. Adamson has more, or St. Gerrard, Benilde, had more errors still here in this set.
All right, so now we are about to begin set number 3 here inside the Paco Arena in what seems to be a nice battle between 2 collegiate teams in Pool C. After all, it's practically a race to that number 2 spot as of now for that pool, with the Signal HT Spikers also being present in that division. And top 2 teams, as Ivy has been breaking down all conference long, top 2 teams shall advance to our playoffs, quarterfinals. Because we do have a couple of pools with a total of how many teams again? 24?
Yes.
In the men's division.
Yes, and the top 2 teams from each of these pools will be advancing to the next round. So imagine how many teams will not be able to make it, you know.
All right. Again, we thank you for joining us live on Pilipinas Live and on One Sports Plus. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ivy Remulla and Mika Abesamis. This is also a feature, or this is also featuring a battle between 2 coaches who have been working together for the longest of times, in Mike Santos and Arnold Nanyog, as Francis Casas opens up set number 3 with a point.
Casas now with 9 points. He's among the top scorers for Adamson. Aguilar leads the pack with 12. Gay with 8, Paulino with 6, and Cogimbal with 4. On the other side, it's Aguilar, top scorer with 14, Marasigan 10, Balbacal with 6, Herrera 8, and Manalo 4.
2 straight points for Adamson here in set number 3. Off-speed hit there, a chance for the Soaring Falcons, but that was better net defense by Balbacal and company.
And with a stare down also.
Something that we missed. So a couple of those at the start of set number 1. It's 1 serving 2. Chris Villanueva, the setter of Benilde, sending it in. Back set, push by Aguilar, and a scramble from the side of the green shirts.
Again, the efficiency of Aguilar with that running hit has been very consistent.
He's still the leading scorer, right?
Yes,
of Adamson.
for Adamson.
Ooh, something happened to Villanueva in that previous sequence, but he looks to be good to go. Another point now for Adamson. The biggest lead that we were able to witness was 6 points. That's back in set number 1 before the chaos eventually happened. 4-1, set up to the quick. Nice defense on the floor by Adamson. That's off angle for Pau Paulino. Now 2 serving 4. We have Arnel Aguilar, the top scorer in the first game of St. Gerrard Construction, with 12 in their previous outing. Back set, Francis Casas down the line. Gomez got it, but no more second ball. See what happened here. Tough dig. Obviously, the ball went to the other direction, so that was a tough save by the setter. 5-2. Ball up by Adamson. Nice push by Leo Cogimbal.
Out of a broken play, he still managed to convert that into a point. Let's take a look at that once again. Excellent placement. And we can actually hear him here in the court. He's saying, akin na. With so much conviction.
Well, at least his teammates were convinced there. And he deserved it as that ball went outside for CSB. So now it's a 5-point advantage for Adamson as they try to tie things up in terms of their biggest lead of 6 in set number 1. Service by Jude. Here's Herrera with the tip. Ball up by Cogimbal. Back set. Pipe hit. Villanueva keeping it alive. Herrera approaches straight to Casas. Domingo back sets. Francis crosses. Herrera puts it up. Now he gets it back. Nice net defense by Adamson. Ooh, tumama si Leo Cogimbal. Sayang.
Konting gigil sa pagbalik ng bola. And see him laughing at.
Everybody turned around from the Adamson side. Sayangan talaga sila doon, including Coach Mike. Although Coach Mike has been enjoying this game.
I think because he sees that the boys are doing well, performing well. So I think that, you know, they've been doing the assignment well.
First technical timeout in set number 3.
Back at the Paco Arena, Arnel Aguilar, one of the dominant players of Benilde, told me that one of the things he would like to improve on is his defense, and one day he would like to be a high flyer. But besides these, okay naman daw siya sa ibang larangan. He is 21, taking up tourism, would like to be a flight attendant one day. High flyer, literally. But he is actually just a volleyball convert as he was a former track and field athlete. Ang common factor daw nung dalawa ay strengthening and agility. But obviously, his efforts as an athlete would be recognized here more. So here he is, Migs Ivy.
Is it common for you to hear the conversions of track and field athletes onto volleyball?
Well, I've heard about, you know, a couple of athletes na from track and field na convert sa volleyball. So I think nagiging quite common na rin siya nowadays.
Paulino just scored for Adamson University. One who we assume has been playing volleyball all his life. Pero maganda talaga yung mga ganong kwento ng mga courtside reporters natin, no? Especially because you get to notice, once you have the knowledge of it already, you get to notice na, kung ano, parang medyo iba yung movement nila.
Or kaya pala siya mabilis. Kaya pala siya mabilis humabol ng bola.
It's now 9 serving 3. Herrera. Wow, what an approach that was.
Excellent angle by Herrera. One of the cleanest hits we've seen here in this match.
That's 4 points now in the set for Benilde against the 9 of Adamson. 4 serving 9. Ooh, a mistake made by Jacob after his strong hit.
Third service error for Benilde here in this set.
10-4, biggest lead for Davies Paint Adamson University. Paulino. Straight to the back. Regalo para kay John Gay. That's an easy one. And we have a timeout for Coach Arnold Laniog.
Kasi setup na maayos, hindi natin nako-convert. Tapos makinagay yung middle, nalilate nga sa dulo. Paulit-ulit tayo yung defense sa likod. Sa gitna lang. Third set na. Tara kayo.
What do you think is the cause of this slow start by Benilde in set number 3?
Well, they're having challenges converting their attacks into points. And we've seen in several rallies no, na parang the only option they really have is just to tip the ball over.
It's now 11-4. This is the biggest lead that we have witnessed in this game so far. Paulino sending it in. Villanueva chooses to the open. And that was a nice decision as there was a point from Ven Valera.
Good response from Benilde from that timeout. Benilde actually has, they're able to pass, so it's just a matter of being able to convert the opportunities into points. Oh, there was a touch. So Aguilar admitted to the touch.
No challenge here. It's 12-5 now. There's the former track and field star. (12-5). Leo Cogimbal, the first best player of the game in this conference for Adamson. Villanueva opens up. Nice point by Aguilar, although he might have had an awkward landing there.
But I think he was saying he's fine.
Pagpag lang. You can relax a bit more, no, when we're covering college students.
Right.
In terms of those types of instances. Push from behind. That's long.
Oh, I think that's
oh,
inside.
actually, it met the line. Yeah.
Yes, it is inside. It was into the corner.
So now it's a 7-point advantage for Davies Paint Adamson. Is this what you mentioned late in set number 1? Eventually, baka maubusan ng players natin.
I mean, all of them are still moving fast, no? But the energy level is not the same as it was in set number 1.
Back set, Herrera is rejected. Unfortunately, for the blockers of Adamson, that ball still went through.
Let's take a look at that attack once again.
Yeah.
Pumasok.
The lead is 6. Villanueva serving straight to the back. And here's Casas. Nice approach. Back and forth is now happening again between these two teams. But Davies Paint already has built themselves a good advantage as they continue to do so. The buzzer just sounded, so there's a challenge on the net touch. Fairness sa coaches natin, hindi nagkukulang sa challenges in this game.
They're really keeping a close eye on things, because these are, of course, opportunities for you to get the point. And at this rate that Benilde is going, of course, they would need as much points that they can get to just narrow down the gap.
So our committee is reviewing that previous sequence. Let's see, there was a net touch. Meron.
There was sharp eyes from the coaching staff of Benilde.
Is there also like an instinct to, just see with your peripherals if the net is moving and assume that there was a touch?
Well, yes, but of course, sometimes it's the ball that may touch the net. So talagang kaya yung ating mga coaches really need to keep a close eye on that.
Service ace now coming in from Arnel Aguilar to trim the lead down to 5. They're trying to make it a close set once again, much like what we witnessed in the first 2 sets. Again, set number 1 was settled with a score of 39-37. Set number 2 was almost extended, 25-23. That's a hammer from Francis Casas.
But also give credit to the excellent set of Domingo, who was really halfway already in the other side of the court. That was a good back set.
Welcome home to Lawrence Domingo. He spent a year studying in University of the Philippines. He tried to play volleyball there. Fortunately, it didn't work out, so he had to return, which meant that he had to serve a residency year with Adamson.
But then he did. I think the wait was all worth it, you know, because he's doing a good job so far. He's been orchestrating the plays very well. In their last game, 3 or 4 players rather scored in double digits.
I'm sure it was just challenging for him to have watched this team in the UAAP, no? The setter, or the setting position, the setter position was a problem for them. They had to balance 2 converted setters in that tournament. It's now the second technical timeout of set number 3, 16-10.
Yung pinakagoal namin mag-gain kami ng experience, tignan namin kung saan yung mga capabilities namin, yung mga lacks namin para i-improve pa. Yung ma-bring out namin yung the best namin, mabigyan namin yung lahat na training namin sa hirap na ginawa namin. We soar higher and kan nakamit sa lahat ng bagay, kahit sino pa yan.
Paulino just had to include the line, "We soar higher."
Yes.
Of course, as he represents Adamson. Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. It's a point for CSB to trim the lead down to 5. Double sub now. We have Fajardo checking in alongside Reolalas. So Seth Reolalas will now be making his first appearance in this game. Second time on the other end for Cholo Fajardo, the backup setter for Coach Arnold Laniog.
Well, he did well as well, no, when he was fielded in earlier.
Here's Cholo on the approach. That goes straight to John Gay. An easy receive. Mishit by Leo Gimbal, but somehow, some way, it works for him.
Six-point lead for Davies Adamson.
17, serving 11. Here's Paulino. Can he soar high? Once again. Straight to the back. Nice block on the single coverage by Leo Gimbal.
Read the attack very well. He was already waiting. No decoy on the side of Benilde.
It's now 18-11.
Better
Open
this
hit.
time.
What aspect of the game would you want to see improve drastically from the side of the green shirts?
You know, actually they really did play well, no, in the first set, but what's quite different, you know, from the first set as of this set right now is their defense. No, so I think they've been more consistent and more aggressive in their defense on the first set. Na, like I mentioned to you earlier, di ba halos walang lumalapag na bola eh. So but now, you know, Adamson has created a lot of opportunities for themselves already from the attacks.
So it's floor defense.
And I think also yung errors eh. Kasi in all the sets, Benilde would have more errors than Adamson. So if they can just manage to minimize that, I am sure that they can keep this match very close.
We have a timeout. The score is 20-12.
Kasi bumagsak tayo after nung isang set eh. Di sila pwede allow na paunahin tapos binibigyan pa natin ng maliit na error. Sino yung nasa harap? O di yung doon kagaling, sabihin na malayo, iiwan dito. Subukan mo lang, Cholo.
Bilis.
Yung Okay, go. Kaya walang sumasabay triple naman, hindi tayo naman problema sa pasa. Center, naaangat na maayos yung bola. Minsan sa spiker, hindi makontrol. Atake tayo. Dandan. Go. 1 point na tayo. Hey, SGC!
So are you aligned with Coach Arnold Danyog?
Yes, he actually said everything, you know. So what I've noticed here is, the ability of Benilde now to convert, because well, they probably had a little bit of a challenge with the defense, but in totality, the first ball naman is good. Kaya nga sabi ni Coach Arnold kanina, nakakapag-set naman, but the rate of how they're able to convert the attacks, yun yung medyo nawala dito sa Benilde. And also, if you notice, the energy level is not as high as it was in the first set. So I think that kind of helped them also.
Service error came in from Adamson. That's why now we're witnessing Neil Manalo as he serves for the green shirts. 13 serving 20 in set number 3. Domingo goes to John Gay. That tip sails long.
So 3-point para dito sa Benilde. Again, they just have to be careful of the errors. So in terms of service error, Benilde already has 11 service errors here in this match. Adamson with 9. Good save. Let's see if they would be able to return it, and they do.
Adamson to capitalize. Aguilar could not score. Fajardo opens up on the cross. That works. And now Coach Mike has to call for time on the other end. It's a 3-0 run courtesy of Benilde.
What's up din na?
Ang problema kasi natin, in-error mo eh. O, tinan mo nangyari, 3 puntos kagad binigay natin. Di ba? O, bawi natin, nakakapaso tayo. Ang problema, di tayo maka-atake. Di ko alam kung bakit. Di ba? Kalma.
Let's go.
Okay? O, run mo yung same play natin.
Tama naman yung play nyo, iwalay mo.
Di ba?
Wag short. Huwag mabilis kasi, coach. Wag short. Para 4.
Sige. Ito mo ito, lagyan mo sa dulo. Kalma lang.
Sa facial expressions ni Coach Mike, mapapa-step back ka talaga eh, no? At kailangan mo talagang kumalma.
Pero gusto yung paulit-ulit. Kalma lang. Yeah.
Well, he did mention the 3-0 run by
that's
Benilde.
right.
15 serving 20. Manalo with an error. At napatingin si Coach Mike kay Coach Arnold.
Good timeout called by Coach Mike.
Adamson is 4 points away from getting this set 3 victory. Not unless Benilde gives us a wonderful run. Ooh, what a hit. That's Arnel Aguilar back at it again.
This is that strong hit, down the line hit by Arnel.
They seem to have a good amount of lefties, right?
Yun din yung minsan mahirap depensahan, you know, because of course we're all used to right-handed players and the direction and tendencies are very common, tas biglang magiging lefty, kaya sometimes mahirap siyang basahin.
16-21. First ball to John Gay. He gets it back. Tough dig. A chance for Adamson. Domingo chooses Casas on the cross.
Fast plays are working well for Adamson. Ito nga yung sinasabi, no, talagang paghiwalayin ang kanyang mga attackers. And you can really see the blockers of Benilde na nag-split, you know, committing to Jude Aguilar.
Here's Herrera. Low. Ooh.
But there's no call from the referee, so ball still in play.
Tough save by Adamson, and that's going to be a point for Benilde. Coach Mike telling his players, calm down, relax, focus again. Because you can't challenge it anymore after the point, right? 17-22, that's long. Just unfortunate.
Yeah, well, these service errors definitely are going to hurt Benilde. That's the 12th service error that they've had here, or 13 rather, for the match.
23 serving 17. Jude Aguilar. Straight to Arnel Aguilar. Nice. Nice lift off right there. Unfortunately, the attack was wide coming from Ven Valera.
There was no touch from the blockers as well.
So it's 7 set points. A very uncharacteristic set for this match. Villanueva will go to the open. Valera, that's wide on his push. And so that will do it for set number 3. This is the calmest set so far inside the Paco Arena. 25-17, but we're not done yet. Let's see if Benilde will have an answer for us come set number 4 against Adamson University. We're back inside the Paco Arena in Manila for this matchup between Davies Paint Adamson and St. Gerrard Construction Benilde. 25-17 was the score to settle things in set number 3. Again, bit ironic as to how we started this matchup. History was made, by the way, in set number 1 with a score of 39-37. But now, why don't we highlight the Adamson Falcons in set 3? What did they do right in that set?
You know, I think what Adamson has been doing here was that we've been playing very consistent. So, Benilde, on the other hand, you know, there was something that shifted or changed in coming here into set number 3. So as we take a look at the numbers, Adamson has more attack points, 5 more than that Benilde has had. Benilde had 1 more block point than Adamson, and again the errors. So Adamson was able to keep this at a minimum. So they only had 4 errors, significantly reduced from the errors they committed from set number 1 and set number 2. But Benilde has, you know, would really need to reduce this by, more. You know, this is less than what they had in the last set, but definitely they would need to trim this down, because the last 3 points that was scored by Adamson in set number 3 was actually through the errors of Benilde. So the intensity of Benilde, as we've seen them play in set number 3, dropped. And I think that's one of the things that actually helped them, you know, when they were trying to go neck and neck against Adamson. So we've mentioned this also, that they were having challenges in converting their attacks into points. So they have the opportunity, the set is being given well, but they're not just able to return the attacks well. So they also had problems in defending the attacks of Adamson, which was pretty much very consistent when we started off the match in set number 1. So, you know, I think there are things that Benilde was not able to keep consistent here in this game.
Well, James Marasigan is now back in the game for Coach Arnold Lanyog. Let's see if he can help out in that attacking department. But to your point about the errors, I hope everybody remembers as well that Benilde actually tried to create some momentum for themselves on a ton of moments in set number 3. But then they made service errors to counter it.
Right, that's right. So it's basically not just, you know, giving away free points to the opponent, but it's a momentum changer on their end.
First point to Adamson here in set number 4. Here's Aguilar from the open, could not score. Herrera on the other end will do.
Herrera now with 13 points for Benilde. And Arnel Aguilar still tops the team with 18 points. Marasigan has 10, Balbacal with 7, and Valera with 5.
So it's the two Aguilars who are top scoring in
Yes.
this game. Now I have to ask, Mika, can you hear us? Mika, can you please ask them if they are related?
Talagang your curiosity, no?
Because if you think about it, if they are actually related, then that might explain, the added intensity in this game for these two players as they try to score against each other. You know, there have been weird relatives that we have. I'm not sure if weird is the best word to describe it, though. But some far relatives, yon. May mga fourth cousins tayong
Yeah.
nakilala dito
Pero
sa
sometimes
volleyball.
kasi like when you play, it's something that you share within the family. No? Like personally, kami sabi.
Yeah, exactly.
Oo, diba? So it's not just me and my sister, but actually my cousins also all played volleyball. So parang naging thing namin siya.
And so, kaya nyo bang bumuo ng team?
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
Did you actually join a tournament?
Actually, there was a time when we were still in school na panay magkakapatid at magpipinsan ang nasa
talaga?
team. Yeah.
You know, that would be interesting because we do have the Invitational Conference now of the Spikers Turf. I wonder if one day a family team would be able to enter.
That's actually funny because like during that year, pare-pareho yung family name na makikita mo na nandun sa outdoor.
Medyo mahirap banggitin sa
same lahat
commentary.
ng family names.
Service error coming in from the side of St. Gerrard. So it's now 3 serving 4 as Jude Aguilar makes his way to the service line. Jude sends it to, I don't know if that's his relative, Arnel Aguilar. It's a service ace.
Good floater from Jude Aguilar.
Hindi sila magkamukha though.
Hindi.
Yeah.
Oo.
Aguilar sending it back to Arnel. Ooh, nice hit, but a better save by Adamson. Chance ball, Benilde, Manalo back at it. Domingo put it up with a smile. Unfortunately, there was an error made. Double touch. It's now 5 serving 4 in set number 4. Herrera. And goes straight to Pau Paulino. Domingo back to Pau. Yes. Tied at 5. Francis Casas will now be serving. He's been a starter since last year for Coach George Pascua. Straight to Marasigan. James, that's short and low for him.
Almost a good play there for Benilde.
The lead is now with Francis Casas and company. 6-5. Ooh, that's long. Another deadlock. James Marasigan, one of the stars of Benilde in set number 1. On to John Gay. Domingo opens up. That's long for Pau. Medyo may gigil ka bang nararamdaman?
Oo. Very obvious when he took doon sa take-off pa lang.
Oh, nagugutom na ang players natin. It's 1 o'clock after all.
Well, I hope they did have a heavy breakfast.
Yeah, as they should. Ball up. The Falcons going with a 1-2. Domingo could not score.
Good save.
Lawrence to the quick now. Paulino not hitting that ball anymore. Approaching the first technical timeout. 7-all in set number 4. Pau Paulino. Taking his time. As per usual. Ooh, it's short. Couple of service errors from Adamson here in set number 4. And that sends us to the first technical timeout.
You are still watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. Hindi related ang ating Aguilars dito sa match na ito. Pero kung si Arnel Aguilar ay dating track and field athlete, si Jude Aguilar naman ay dating center at 6 foot sa isang basketball team. Nakakatuwa kasi bilang center siya sa basketball, he was used to blocking. Something he would like to improve also here in volleyball bilang middle blocker. Besides this, he is also working on his consistency on attacks. And as one of the old-timers of Adamson, ang sarap daw talaga pala maglaro dito sa Spikers Turf. Parang volleyball schooling daw talaga, which he hopes his team would really take advantage of. Migs, Ivy?
Ngayon po kagaling si Mika Abisambis, no? Kahit na binaril niya yung storyline na binubuo natin, meron siyang ibang storyline na maibibigay sa atin.
Correct.
And I want to say this, Ivy, as a basketball player myself, I actually see some movements from Jude Aguilar, no, that is kind of a resemblance of being a basketball player. And so it just totally aligns for him to have transitioned being a blocker in basketball into being a blocker in volleyball. Aguilar just scored right on cue. It's 9 serving 8 and another service error from Adamson.
That would be the third here in this set.
And they're all momentum breakers, right?
That's right, because you know they score a point from the attack, but they commit a service error.
John Gay for retribution. It's 10-9. We're back with the #1 setter in the league so far. Lawrence Domingo. That's in. Bit of an over-receive. Leading on to that net touch by Villanueva. It's 11-9, Domingo. Straight to the libero in Gomez. Tough save. And straight points coming in from the Adamson side. So now Coach Arnold has to call for time.
Pasok ka dito, edi adjust mo yung receive natin dito.
Okay na.
Okay lang naman ganun kung makukuha mo yun. Hindi tayo nagbabasa eh. Hindi nyo na pwede alaw yan. Pagka magkakakumpiyasan, mahirapan tayo.
Atin to.
Tatlo naman tayo sa harap eh.
Let's tara.
Hey, SGC!
That's the emergency button from Coach Arnold Lanyog because now Davies Paint Adamson is trying to pull away in set number 4. Much like what they did in set number 3.
That's right. So again, this game is important for both of these teams in order for them to get ahead or a step ahead, you know, from the rest. Because like we mentioned, technically, we're looking at 3 teams in the middle in this pool, which has a bigger chance of moving on or advancing on to the next round. So of course, a win for this game would make the team more secure, you know, for that second spot.
And a win against the other.
Right.
Letran, by the way, should be watching as well.
Of course
in this
they are.
game.
If Benilde loses this match, then they would be in the same standing as Letran. But if Adamson loses this match, then of course that would mean that Benilde would now have a 2-0 record.
Oh, that's a hammer.
At that attack.
Great job by Mike Balbacal. So, it seems like the timeout has paid off from Coach Arnold.
That just drilled a hole in the floor. First line attack. You don't see that much.
And then a service error comes in. The pattern continues. Every time you feel like a team is slowly but surely building up their momentum, a service error happens. That puts a smile on the face of the former basketball center, Jude Aguilar, who is in no way, shape, or form related to Arnel Aguilar. Herrera going cross. That meets the line. So now Jacob Herrera is about to serve. I actually love the second name of Jacob. It's Agassi. I wonder if the parents of Jacob are tennis fans or players. I wouldn't be surprised though if Mika actually has a report about that. she's the type to ask that type of question.
So if there's like anything we're curious about, we'll be able to find the answer shortly.
Oh yeah. Service error again. It looks like Coach Mike is asking about their timeout situation. Coach Doming, by the way, is still present at the sideline. One of the OG coaches in men's volleyball. Over receive, Marasigan chases it back. Unfortunately, the push sails wide. And so we now approach the second technical timeout of set number 4. Yeah. We will head on to this break. We shall be back for the rest of set 4.
Masasabi ko po yung team po namin ngayon is mas buo po siya kaysa nung past. Mas competitive. Nagre-rebuild kami ng team. So yung mga ginawa po namin ng mga past leagues, na-polish na po yun and then dinagdagan pa po ng mga iba pong sistema ng mga coaches. So ayun po, madami pong mga bagay na kailangan silang look forward dun sa Benilde team na yun.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in HD and on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and in any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com. Right now, Adamson leads 16-12 in set number 4. They also lead in terms of sets 2-1. Tough dig, a tougher chase, and the chance ball given up to CSB. The back set to Valera. Wow. Great effort by the libero. Unfortunately, that attack. Ooh, it is a point for John Gay.
There was a violation called up against Benilde.
There you go. So the advantage now is 5 points for Davies Paint Adamson. They're trying to repeat what they did in set number 3, pulling away from CSB as opposed to that tight opener that we had. And there's the answer from Ven Valera. It's 13 serving 17. John Gay got the first ball. Ooh! A missed time between Cogimbal and the setter.
Very rare do we see a miscue.
The lead is 3. CSB still fighting for set number 4. John Gay, first ball. Domingo with the chase. Casas from the back. Yes, sir. It's now 18-14. Paulino has 9 points, by the way, so far in this game. Scramble from the CSB side. Chance ball, Adamson. Domingo looks and sets. They go to the back. Gomez dug it up. There's the push. Great defense by CSB. Counter by Aguilar. Ball kept alive. There's the setup. That's tight. And at the net, it's a point. Saved by John Gay. So now we have a timeout, courtesy of Coach Arnold.
Minsan yung tingin ko na pag umangat ang bola, hindi tayo ganun ka-aggressive talaga, lalo na yung iba. Kasi siya lang, isa lang. Hindi naman pwede yan. Sabi sa'yo, gaano tayo ka-aggressive sa floor, hindi nabibigyan ng justice dun sa ibabaw.
Makangat yung bola.
Sige na, 1 point at a time, 1 point at a time.
Tara, kaya to ha? What tayo?
Let's see the previous sequence. Boy, that was tough. The point was rewarded to John Gay and Adamson. No challenges were also made. So it's a 5-point advantage now for Davies Paint. They're trying to end this match already in 4 sets. Paulino with the serve. First ball, Marasigan to the open. There's the push by Aguilar. Domingo chases. Pipe. That's long.
Too much power on that attack. But he was a little bit late with the takeoff, so no choice but really to push the ball a bit upward.
Here's Neil Manalo with 4 points so far. They're down by 4. Domingo back to Casas. Retribution for Francis Casas.
Better timing that time.
It's now 20, serving 15. Ball up by Gomez. Aguilar, his ball was deflected. There's the chase by Domingo again. Down the line hit. Ball put up by CSB. The counter sailed long. Is there going to be a challenge here? Yes, there will be.
Block touch was the challenge asked for by SGC. Well, this could change things if the point goes to Benilde.
The most common challenge, right, Ivy?
Yes.
The block touch.
The block touch.
And again, it's usually these types of moments we're also trying to read the body languages of the players as to...
If they're guilty or not.
Yeah, is somebody hiding something? Mukhang...
Well, it looks clear though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
No block touch. Nobody was guilty. Napakamot na lang si Coach Arnold Nanyog.
Well, you would try, you know, because
Yeah.
at this point, you really take anything to get a point, just narrow down the gap.
21, serving 15. Adamson is 4 points away from ending this match. Not unless CSB has an answer in store for us. Ooh, service error again.
"14 service errors for Adamson here in this match.
How about CSB?
CSB has 17.
Wow, a total of 31.
So probably we know where during training what they will be overloading on.
Running hit, that works for Jude Aguilar. He stays consistent.
I think that is one of his preferred plays or favorite attacks, the running.
22, serving 16. Attack from the opposite. Ball put up by Adamson. Casas, that's low.
Still opportunity here for SGC.
17, serving 22. The former track and field star. Strong serve. Nice receive by the libero. Bit of a tough chase though for Domingo. Back set. John Gay. Checking it out. How about that serious look on the face of Coach Arnold?
A look of concern.
Wow. What a zoom in by our cameraman. Buti na lang, walang pimple si Coach Arnold.
Fresh si Coach Arnold today. Well, that was a difficult set.
Tight, but still Casas was able to make something out of it. It's now a 7-point advantage for Davies Paint Adamson. 7 match points. John Gay sending it straight to the back. Ball is kept alive. Aguilar from the back again. Here's Casas. That's long. So now we have Tero checking in. Remember, when he served in the previous set, he made an error. Let's see if he can redeem himself.
Very important serve here for Tero.
Service goes straight to the libero. Domingo opens up. Off speed, and that's it. A 4-set victory for Davies Paint Adamson against CSB in a match that started with history between two coaches, Arnold Nanyog and Mike Santos. So Adamson was able to dominate. Well, at least they played a lot better in sets 3 and 4 after that 39-37 start. We'll be back to wrap this game up.
Back at the Paco Arena for your 2023 Spikers Turf, and I am with the best player of this match na si Jude Aguilar. Jude, naging halos dikit itong buong match na to, no? Clearly, halos pareho kayo ng style of play nung kalaban nyo. Pero sa tingin mo, anong naging advantage nyo dito sa match na to?
Ang naging advantage po namin sa match na to is mas naging consistent lang po kami sa mga ginagawa namin. And kung nag-error man po kami sa service at sa receive, kung nag-error po kami, binabawi na lang po namin sa next round.
Yun, napag-usapan mo yung service errors. Kahit nga nanalo kayo, napansin namin yun. No? Tingin mo, isa ito sa aayusin nyo sa practice?
Yes po. And maraming salamat po sa mga nanonood sa amin. And shoutout po sa family ko na nanonood po. And kay Mark Jan Tagbis. And para sa dito, Coach George.
Maraming salamat, Jude Aguilar. Migs, Ivy?
That's right, Coach George Pascua must be watching the Spikers Turf all the way from the United States. He is, after all, attending a seminar, but as you mentioned, he should be proud with the performance of his team, and they actually achieved history with Coach George in the US. No? So that's a nice performance by Jude Aguilar, who again is not related to Arnel Aguilar of CSB.
We just had to emphasize
yes,
that.
We had to emphasize that. Okay, so there you have it, our final score. Set number 1 was the historic part. The score read 39-37, but sets 3 and 4 ultimately really belonged to Adamson.
That's right. So pretty much Adamson had control and really was consistently within the momentum, for the remainder of the match, especially in set number 4. They did not give opportunity for Benilde to regain their composure and narrow down the gap in the score. So even though the Adamson committed some errors here and there, but nga, siguro gaya ng sabi rin ni Jude kanina, binabawi nila kaagad. So I think that's one of the things that they did well also in this match. As we take a look at the numbers for set number 4, great disparity in terms of the number of attacks by both of these teams. 15 attack points for Adamson and only 5 made or converted by Benilde. And I think this has been the game changer for set number 4, the conversion.
All right, there you have it. Congratulations to Davies Paint Adamson for winning against CSB. Up next, we have Alpha Omega taking on Bailey Hotels, followed by Ateneo versus Philippine Army, and then Sabeda University taking on De La Salle University. Watch out for more great Spikers Turf action here inside the Paco Arena. For Ivy Remulla and Mika Besamis, my name is Mix Gomez, and we'll be right back for the next game of our Invitational Conference.